If you're playing battle in the Boro this year, this is the video for you. This is a course preview, yellows, front 9. If you're not playing battle in the Boro, welcome back to another video. This is going to be some good frisbee for you guys. Hole 1, we have 227 feet, just dead straight. I'm going to go judge. We also have a forehand route, which I'll show you next. And that's the backhand. Really, you just want to get down there. Hole is a little finicky. Okay, so the forehand route, not sure if you guys can see it. It's just this gap right here. We do have a basket that you're going to have to be careful of. I'm going to go justice, just get the disc in that gap and let it come back to the right. Yeah, just like that. Now we did hit a little bit of branches, but we should have a putt, and I personally like the forehand route over the backhand route. So the justice landed about circle's edge, which is completely fine. You just want to give yourself a look. Oh my gosh, there's mosquitoes everywhere. There we go. Hole 2, we have 215 feet, just dead straight. If you see this line of trees, basket is right behind that. You do have a little bit of a turnover shot. Play is the right hand side, just a little bit of a hyzer, let the disc come back naturally. I'm gonna go judge. Yeah, that's perfect. As long as you hit that hill, you're gonna have a look. I did hit a little early, hit that hill, landed about bullseye, maybe a little bit out. That's how easy a bird is on hole 2. There's squirrels running up in the tree. It did rain a little bit, so all the rain is coming down. But hole 3, we have 330 feet, just dead straight. Probably, honestly, the hardest hole on this front 9 just because of the low ceiling and how far you have to push the disc. I'm going to go midnight proud, just kind of a little bit to the left and let it come back. Hole is pretty straightforward. Oh. Let's go scramble that par. Quite honestly, if you're not playing MPO, this is what would be considered a bonus birdie for you. So even if you get par, that's completely fine. I'm going to go justice around this tree. The one thing that you do want to be careful of is the basket's on a little bit of a mound. So if you go to the right of the basket, you're going to be having an uphill putt. Okay, so right here, it's not a huge drop off, but it is pretty significant, and it does make that putt a little bit harder. So if you want to land anywhere, land on the left side if you're coming towards the basket. Okay, hole 4, we have 260 feet, just dead straight. Basket is a little bit to the right, but as long as you throw straight and throw 260 feet, you're gonna have a look, even 230. So don't worry about the basket being to the right, just throw straight. I'm gonna go midnight prow. Yeah, that's perfect. And as long as you hit the green around the basket, you're gonna slide up even just the slightest bit and it'll help you out. So if you're coming down the fairway just dead straight, this is what you're looking at. And like I said, the basket's a little bit to the right. As long as you hit something straight, you're gonna have a putt. It was a little bit lower a drive than I wanted to, but if you land anywhere here, your disc is gonna skip right up there. We're probably about 22 feet maybe. And that sets up for a nice bird. Hole 5, we have 224 feet. Basket, if you guys can see on this left gap, is just straight ahead. There's 2 squirrels just completely chasing each other. If you have that touchy turnover shot, that's the gap I would go for. I don't, so I usually go this hyzer route. I'm gonna go the ultra, and then we'll just see if we can get it close to the basket. Yeah, even that little skip forward will give you a circle's edge putt. A little lower than I wanted, but let's try another shot. We'll go with the Toro. Usually I've been going tempo here. Took that out of the bag, got a Toro. Probably might put the tempo back in because I'm so used to throwing it out here. But we're just gonna have to smash this a little harder. Even though that flare was a little bit earlier than I wanted, we're still about circle's edge. We do have a putt, so should be an easy. Oh, not so easy. Definitely not easy. I was gonna say easy putt, but again, I think this is one of those holes that if you're not playing MPO, that it's a bonus birdie. If you hit the gap, then that's awesome, and you should be looking at a nice bird. Hole 6, just under 300 feet, just dead straight. As long as you hit this gap straight and let the disc do the work, the downhill is gonna bring it towards the basket. I'm gonna go MD1. If you're not playing MPO or don't have that distance, I would suggest going up to a fairway or even a control driver. But let's see if the MD1 can do the work. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, I hit a tree, but that disc was moving towards the basket. Perfect. Honestly, I don't even know which tree, but I heard it hit a tree. We landed here. Have a little bit of a circle 2 putt, so it's gonna go to the stepper. Oh, too high. So as long as you hit something straight, this downhill is gonna bring the disc towards the basket. Hopefully you don't hit any invincible trees. Invisible? Maybe even invincible. This hole is a must get if you're playing MPO. If you're playing MA3 or MA2, any other division, don't worry about not getting the birdie. It's completely fine. All right, hole 7, we have 260 feet, just dead straight. Does play a little uphill again. I usually like going mid. I'm gonna go midnight prow, probably the hardest hole. This is one of those holes where if you hit any of these, you're gonna kick off and you're gonna have to salvage your par, or maybe even bogey, which is completely fine. Let's go midnight prow. Okay, little local route if I've ever seen one. That did get up there. I should have a putt, but intended gap is just dead straight, or hit the local route. I don't know, whichever one you get lucky with. Okay, so we're right outside the circle. Honestly, a hole where I don't see a lot of people go long. Just happen to have hit that local route just right. Little uphill. And again, if you're not playing MPO, I think this is one of those holes where you're perfectly fine taking a par. No, I was gonna say bogey. Don't take a bogey, take a par. Hole 8 is the only pin position that changes in this front 9 that I've been playing. 270 feet just straight. If you guys see the tree that's furthest to the right, it's another 25-30 past that, so you just want to make sure you get there. Anything road and right is OB. I'm gonna go MD1, just hang it above the road and let the disc do the work, come back. And I do want to mention, T-pad is facing kind of this angle. Don't worry about the T-pad, just try to aim your body in the same position that you want to throw. Okay, that's a little low, but got a little past the tree, so I should have a pretty good putt. I do think that in previous years they made this an island hole, so you might want to just make sure you get past the tree and get there. Not sure if they'll make it an island this year, but just be aware of that. As simple as this hole is, if you're not playing MPO or advanced, I would recommend disking up to like a driver or you know, something that you know is going to push enough and get back to the left. I went mid, but I could see myself going maybe FD just to be able to get the extra distance, or even hang it above the road a little bit more so that it lands a little closer. And I swear that almost came out. This is honestly, if you're an MPO MA1, a must get birdie. Last and final hole, we have 339 feet, just dead straight. Again, anything road and right is OB. So if you don't have the distance, just play your first shot safe, get to the left, and then play another chip shot up and get your par. I have seen people take double bogeys, triple bogeys on this hole, so don't be scared just to take par. I usually like going finish line error. I've seen people throw mid and everything, but I want to make sure the disc comes back to the left. That's kind of an example. It should hit the road and get a little bit of a flare, but if if you push that any further, if it hits the road just right, it's never gonna come back. So don't be scared to take a par here. I did get pretty lucky with that road skip. We have about a 20-foot putt, which should set up for a nice bird. Yeah. So that'll do it for the front 9 here at yellows. The next 3 videos are going to be back 9 yellows, front 9 reds, back 9 reds. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys need any more like specific hole breakdowns, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll be sure to reach back out to you. And yeah, we'll just see you guys next time and we'll keep it rolling. See ya.